This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 732 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Hi, Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Megan Ayrault. Megan is a licensed massage practitioner for animals and people and a professional educator with a master's in teaching degree from the Seattle University. You might say she wrote the book on horse massage, and it's entitled The Horse Lover's Guide to Massage. Today's tip is the who, what, where, why, and when of tapotement. And we'll get to that right after this word from Glenn the Geek, founder of the Horse Radio Network.
Do you have a company in the horse world? Are you looking to get the word out about your products, services, or shows? At the Horse Radio Network, we understand our advertisers need to reach the equestrian consumer in the most efficient, cost-effective way possible. Internet radio shows like this one, also called podcasts, allow the flexibility and creativity to craft unique messages that stand out from the herd and reinforce your existing marketing and social media strategies. If you want to learn more about advertising on this show or any of our shows on the Horse Radio Network, contact our account manager, Lisa, at 847-790-4476. That's Lisa at 847-970-4476, or you can drop her an email at lisa@horseradionetwork.com. Our listeners are terrific, engaged, and avid horse people, the ones that you are looking for.
And again, all about animal massage author Megan Ayrault, I got it right this time, yay me, is here to tell us about Tapotement. Is that right?
Exactly. That's
Yay!
right.
I have no idea what it is, but I'm excited to hear about it. Explain.
Okay. Well, tapotement, it's a French word. It's a percussion stroke, just like if you think about beating on a drum. Okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's you know, and when you see massage happening in the movies, you know, somebody's getting for a human massage, and they're often, you know, maybe they're in the gym or something, and you see somebody whacking away at their back.
Oh, they're doing that karate chop thing.
Yeah. That's one version of tapotement.
Okay.
So it's a percussion stroke. So you can do the karate chop version, or you can do tapping with your fingers, or you can do beating with your fists. And they're all forms of tapotement. And so there's a common mistake when people do tapotement that makes it, less pleasant and potentially bruising. So I wanted to let people know what not to do and then what to do instead.
Oh, good idea, because it sounds like the karate chop thing on your horse is going to end badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could.
Yeah, let's go over what not to do.
Your fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually it works great as long as you just do a couple little things. And it can feel really good, and the horses actually love it. And they may, you know, tolerate it pretty well, even if you're not doing these things. But anyway, I'll give you a couple tips. And so just with practicing, you can practice on your own thigh. Is a good area to practice. When you and you can practice what to do and also what not to do, and see for yourself how it feels different. And you might be able to get a human friend to let you practice on them as well, and they can let you know how how each version feels differently. But what you don't want to do, first of all, if you're using your fist, you don't want to squeeze your fist. You want to just have it kind of loose and comfortable. You know, so your fingers aren't squeezed shut; they're just kind of closed.
Okay.
Or not even completely closed.
Okay. So we want the wimpy fist. Wimpy fist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a relaxed hand, basically. And then what you also want to keep relaxed and loose is your wrist. So you're going to be, so if you're using your fist, for example, you could be using the side of your fist, like alongside your pinky finger, side of the fist. Or you could also turn your, so that all four of your finger knuckles are beating against whatever surface you're on.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of the front of your fist, I guess you could call it.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a great place to practice all this, by the way, is up on the horse's rump, because there's lots of, thick muscles up there.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be doing these strokes on bony spots.
Your hands will regret it, yes.
Yeah, your hands would regret it, and the bones might not feel too good either. The horse's bones. But so the gluteal muscles, or the rump, the rounded part of the rump, is a great place to practice these. So you want to keep your hand relaxed, whatever variety you're doing. You want to keep your wrists loose. And then you want to, instead of thinking and emphasizing the down of the stroke into the body, you want to emphasize the up so that it makes it more of a bounce. So you kind of slap against it, but think about how it's going to bounce up off of the body.
A little bit like a basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Never thought of that part of it. So I want the Sheldon Cooper fist, not the Chuck Norris fist. Okay. And I don't want to be hitting the horse with my Sheldon Cooper fist. I want to be letting my hand... maybe basketball isn't a good image because a basketball is blown up to quite a degree of hardness. So maybe a Nerf ball bouncing off the horse.
Okay.
Maybe that's a better image for me. And I want to have a Nerf ball bouncing effect. Okay, I'm good so far.
All right. Well, that's basically it. And then just to add one more thing is that you can, even if you're using your fists, you can take quite a range. You can do it very lightly, or you can do it pretty hard and vigorous, or anywhere in between. And you want to just, start light. I would recommend to always start light. But then you can play around and see what your horse likes. And you don't want to do, I would say also with Tapotement, you wouldn't want to do Tapotement in the same spot for more than about a minute. You can do it maybe 20, 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute, but then, the area's going to kind of start to get numb. And if you keep doing it,
not to mention your hands.
Not to mention your hands, but your hands actually can keep it up for a while with a little practice. But you can just move around the area, just so you're not on the. You're going to do that really anyway. You're going to move around like the whole area of the rump. Like if you're on your horse's right side and you're working on the right gluteal muscles, you'd be moving your Tapotement strokes around to cover that area anyway. But just make sure you don't, in your enthusiasm for practicing and getting that bounce in your wrist right and all that you don't just overdo it in one spot for your horse.
You don't want your horse's rump to be a large piece of bruised fruit.
Right.
Right. Okay. So I know when doing muscle work, how the strokes are applied is very important. So when you're doing Tapotement, do you need to start at the beginning or the end of the muscle group, or in the center of the muscle group, or when you're doing this type of stroke, is that less crucial?
Well, beginning and end, you mean by where they're attaching onto bone?
Yes. Because there's special words for that, and I don't know what they are.
The attachments, but origin and insertion would be the more.
Those are the ones I was looking for.
Yeah. But attachments are fine. The Tapotement's going to be mainly for the muscle bellies, especially in terms of a muscle group like the gluteals. You just basically do it in the middle, and not. You can work your way around the edges of it towards the bone, but you wouldn't go right up to the attachment. But you can do Tapotement even over the ribs too. You wouldn't use your fists then. You can use a different one, which I won't go into now, but.
That's next time, folks.
You don't have to completely avoid bone. There's so many different types of Tapotement you can do. So you just have to kind of know which variety is appropriate in which areas.
Well, that's a great Tapotement 101, the basics for those of us who are amateurs. So that was very useful. And again, I have my little scratchy notes here. So I'm sure Beaker decided it would be a really good thing to do today, to run around and be very silly in the paddock. And he decided to do a quick quarter horse spin just because he felt good. Yeah. And hit himself a piece of soft sand and went splat right on his
go all the way
side.
down?
Right on his side.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked the wind right out of him. He kind of got up and glazed eyes. So I'm sure there's going to be some sore spots tomorrow, and I'm going to take this with me. And I suspect there's going to be some sore shoulders and perhaps a sore neck because he kind of did a nosedive.
And I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because if there's any of that type of soreness, Tapotement might not be the best stroke to use yet.
I should be using some of the other ones.
Yeah. Although the tapping, a real gentle tapping, you could try it out and see. He'll tell you if he likes it or not, and if he likes it, that's great.
Yeah, he's pretty vocal that way. He lets me know. He's also a very thick-skinned type of horse. Generally speaking, the harder and crunchier the curry comb, the happier he is. He's one of those kind that you really have to scrub hard, and he's all happy about it. So he's very
I'm sure
forgiving.
He'll have some areas of his body where he probably would welcome Tapotement, even if he's sore,
So
or bruised in some other spots.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got some more ammunition. I'll start on his croup. I'll start somewhere safe. I'll start back there and use my Sheldon Cooper Nerf fists. To start there. And stay tuned, folks, because the next time Megan stops by and we do some more tips, I'll let you know how it went with Beaker. And thanks again. Remind our listeners where they can find more information about you, what you do, and your books and ebooks.
All right. Well, the main website is allaboutanimalmassage.com. And I am also on Facebook, so there's an All About Animal Massage Facebook page. Good, yeah.
Because we enjoy hearing about massage, and we enjoy hearing about how to make the right shaped fist for when you are doing Tapotement. And thank you again for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. To listen to all of Megan's tips, you can go to horsetipdaily.com and go to the Experts drop-down menu on the left. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like to hear us cover on the show. You can subscribe to all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. You can also listen to the shows right on Facebook. The player's right there every day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse! The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.